So JustPark was founded by a guy called Anthony Eskenazi, and he was actually on a round-the-world trip. And he was in San Francisco, and he was struggling to park at the baseball stadium there. And he was driving round and round in circles when he saw an empty space. And he thought, why is there not some kind of online marketplace that will match up drivers looking for spaces with private property owners with vacant spaces? So he had that spark of the idea. He then went back to London, he taught himself to code, and Park at My House, as it then was founded in 2006. Anthony was really running the business on his own, a lot of the time part-time, until 2011, when BMW approached him and put in a seed investment round. So in 2011, BMW founded a venture capital firm. It's called BMW I Ventures, and it's based in New York. And they were looking for companies that were transforming urban mobility. Their vision is that they don't need to only sell cars to consumers, they need to help consumers navigate around cities. And that means public transit, and it means lots of other car-related issues like parking. And at that point, Anthony was thinking about how we use our data. We collect lots of data on the journeys people are making to and from their destination and the cars that they're driving. So he was speaking to an agency who knew BMW, and he heard in advance that they were starting this fund, and it really fitted with their vision of solving some of these big urban problems. So they injected a seed round of capital into the business in 2011. So BMW is a strategic partner of JustPark, and we've done one really notable partnership to date, which is we built an app that allows a driver to find, book and pay for their parking using the dashboard of a car. And it's actually the first time in history that we've allowed a driver to book parking through the actual car itself, which in our view is going to be an everyday affair in a few years' time. So we built an app that sits in the dashboard of mini cars and will be rolled out into BMW cars. And the idea for the business is that in 5 or 10 years' time, whether you are in Battersea or Bangalore, you are booking parking before you get to your destination, and you're doing that through your internet-connected vehicle. And in the same way that the killer app for music in the car might be Spotify, everyone will be doing the parking through JustPark. So originally the company was called Park at My House, and it was a peer-to-peer marketplace. We spotted, Anthony spotted, who founded the company, an opportunity to unite this very underutilized private parking space with drivers. And we've been by far the most successful company in the world at building this peer-to-peer marketplace. There are now 25,000 families and individuals renting out their driveways and garages on the platform. But what we found is that we'd acquired hundreds of thousands of drivers who were loving the experience they were giving them, and they were loving the cheap parking that we were providing and this guaranteed space at the other end. And so having built that community of drivers, what we knew was that there was an opportunity to direct them to other types of parking inventory. And so we were getting approached by major parking companies, major hotel groups, and now what we've done is we've layered a B2C business on the top of this peer-to-peer marketplace. And so if you go to JustPark, you can make a booking at a private home, or you can park at Hilton hotels, or you can park at NCP, or the inventory of the 3 largest parking providers. So that's the major change in how the business has grown, and that's the major reason why we rebranded from Park at My House to JustPark. So we're becoming this hotels.com, if you will, of the parking industry, aggregating every kind of inventory. So one of the lesser known success stories of JustPark are the churches that are on the platform. And we've got numerous churches making more than £10,000 a year through the platform. Actually, our top earning church is now almost at £200,000 in total earnings. And for us, that's absolutely lovely to see, because what they're doing with that revenue is putting it back into their community. There are churches that are fixing their roofs. There are churches that are running drug rehabilitation groups in the community. There are churches putting on weekly meals for homeless people as well. A church in King's Cross, one of my team attended a couple of months ago, and there are 50 people who are sleeping rough, who are eating purely because of the parking revenues that church is generating. And of course, there are everyday stories the whole time of the 25,000 families on the platform that are making money. It might just be to take their family out for a meal or to go on a family holiday, but for these people, it's really meaningful extra income that's making a difference to their lives.